A big Wingman hello to you once again. And I thank you for joining me today to bring about more positivity in your life, in my life, in our loved ones, in our community. You know, this isn't something that you just do once and it starts to grow. This is something we do every day. And the more we practice, the more positive energy we will bring into our lives, right? The more positive energy we will bring into not only our lives, that's what's the most important about these practices. It not only helps us bring more positive energy right into our lives, it helps our loved ones and our families and our friends and our communities and our towns and who knows, maybe the whole world will start getting the message sooner or later and start feeling better about themselves and each other, right? And when that happens and we really start feeling the love and feeling better about ourselves, and all of us are feeling it. There's no more hate. Can you imagine no more hate in the whole world, right? World peace? Like, how great would that be? Now, maybe I'm a bit simplistic in believing that it can happen just from 1 minute Wingman positivity practices, but I do believe it. I do believe it because I've seen the change it's had in the clients I work with, in my life, in my whole family. And I know you've seen it too when you start doing these practices and you start bringing more positivity in, right? So I thank you, as I say, for joining me and for helping build this community. I thank you so much for sharing these practices. That's been such a great thing because our community is growing. And like we always talk about, the more we can grow our community of positivity, the easier it is for each of us to bring about more positivity into our lives. So let's talk about today's practice, and it was inspired by the movie The Help, which happened to be on yesterday. I was hanging out with my mom and watching TV, and it came on. And there's so many great quotes. It's a movie about 1960s Mississippi and the black women who help take care of all the prominent white families down in the 60s in Mississippi. And there's just so many great quotes and so much inspiration there. It's with Emma Stone and Viola Davis. I think won an Academy Award for it. If she didn't, she certainly deserved one. And she has a quote in there when she's talking to there's a quote in there when I think it's Viola Davis is talking to maybe Emma Stone as a baby, saying, and all she ever says to her is, "You was kind, you was smart, you was important. You was kind, you was smart, and you was important." And I started thinking, in a way, that's such like one of my own practices. Why not say that to ourselves, right? Why not each of us start saying that to ourselves? Because let's face it, we all have smartness in us, and we all can be kind, and we all are so very important and don't even realize it. We all are so very important, and sometimes we lose sight of that fact. And somehow I changed her quote to, "I am wise, I am kind, I am important." And when I do that as a practice, I practice the feeling of wisdom, of actually being wise, or smart, if you want to use the exact quote. I practice the feeling of showing kindness and being kindness. And I practice the feeling of knowing I am important. And I am important to my loved ones, to my family, and maybe we can build this community and we can all be important in our own lives. And we are. And that's, I hate to keep using the word important, but it's important to remember because sometimes we so easily forget it, especially when we start beating ourselves up, right? When we start beating ourselves up, and there's nothing like the torture of beating yourself up, right? It comes right from up here, right? So please join me today, and let's say, I am wise, I am kind, I am important. And when you say it, I want you to practice that feeling inside yourself that you're wise, you're kind, and you're important, right? And as we all get that feeling going and we send that vibration out into the universe, and the universe will match that vibration and send us back more to feel wise about, more to feel kind about, and more to feel important about. And that's a wonderful feeling to be receiving and to be sending out. So I thank you for joining me, and let's say it and practice the feeling of it. I am wise, I am kind, I am important. Breathe that in, right? Breathe that in. I am wise. I am kind, and I am important. You are wise. You are kind, and you are important. Kathleen, Joe, you know what I mean. You are wise. You are kind. You are so important. And let's not forget that. Let's keep that going in our head. Let's get that deep into our subconscious so we remember it and we send out that vibration, right? I am wise. I am kind. And I am important. You are wise. You are kind. You are important. I'm going to scream that. You are wise. You are kind. And you are important. Breathe that in and allow that to take hold in your subconscious. You are wise. You are kind. And you are important. Are you feeling it? Are you practicing that feeling when you say, I am wise? Are you practicing the feeling of what it would feel like in your mind that you know you are wise? I am kind. Practice the feeling of knowing you are kind. You have kindness in you. You are kind. And you are so very, very important. I appreciate you joining me today for today's practice. And I know how important you are, and I appreciate your importance in sharing these practices and sharing these videos and sharing this vibration with your family and your loved ones and your friends and your community and sharing it on Facebook. I really appreciate everyone who's been sharing it and growing our little community here. Because I know, and I know you know as well, right? That as we share it, we receive more. We receive more of it. And so for today's practice, I'm wise, I'm kind, I am important. I want you to feel that for the day. Have a wonderful day where you feel wise and you feel kind and you feel important. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Your Wingman Michael, signing off.